friends, it's Kelly Pullum here, also known as Craftin' Granny. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! In Canada, and I love to share paper crafting and card making with everyone. I'm hoping tonight that I'll be able to share some cards using the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper that might inspire you to create similar cards using some of our other Designer Series paper. If you do, I hope you'll leave a picture in the comments so I can see what you've created. So tonight I'm making two cards. One is using a floating design a little bit, and the other one is just a quick and simple card. And then next week I'm going to be using the same design, like the same package, of Designer Series paper for the next 2 weeks. And then those are both going to be fun folds. But I made a mistake because I said next week, and the truth is next week I will not be live because it's moving week. So my husband and I are moving from Brantford, Ontario to Sudbury, Ontario. And so that's going to be our big adventure. So it's going to take me a week to get moved, and then hopefully I'll get settled in quickly and be able to continue with the live videos. Anyway, it's exciting to share the cards with you tonight. I hope that you enjoy them, and let me know what you think. It's always good to know what people think about the cards we're making. Hi, Nancy. So I'm going to switch over to the desktop now because I want to show you the cards that I'm going to be using for my July kit of the month. So I'm just going to switch over here so that I can show you. So I have two cards for my kit of the month, and for that I'm using the what is the name of the Designer Series paper pack? It's the one that goes with the Daisies bundle. And so I'm using it. I've got two fun folds. This will have some ribbon that I forgot to put on here. But I'm just loving these fun fold cards. So this one goes like so. And then this one has the little belly band and opens up inside, and I got an ink smudge on this one sadly, and I've lost my ink eraser, but this one will stand up as well, so you can see how it would stand up. And then you've got your little belly band over the top. So it's lots of fun, not too hard to make, but lots of fun. And there we go. So in order to join the kit of the month, you need to let me know you'd like to participate. It is, you can sign up until July 10th, and then I will create the kits and mail the materials out to you. You do need to have your own ink pad, which in this case is Night of Navy, and then you need to have your own sentiments. And so that would then, and your adhesives. So one ink pad, sentiments from a stamp set or another, and then adhesives, and you could make these cards. So that is for the month of July. All right, and the kits are $12, which includes the mailing cost. So I think that's a pretty good deal. So I tried to fix my lighting situation here tonight, and it's really not perfect yet. I've still got a shadow on my desk, but I'm just not going to fuss with it too much because the next time I'm live, I'll be in a new space, and who knows what it'll be like. Hi, Marilyn. I'm so glad you were able to join us tonight. That's wonderful to see you there. I did get up to see Chris at the hospital today, and I think it was good. She seemed really happy to see me, and I was glad I went. So anyway, so I'm going to start off with the simplest of the two cards first. And I'm going to switch up my sentiment pieces because when I did this card the first time, I did use sentiments that were from the Cheerful Daisies stamp set. So here's the Cheerful Daisies stamp set, and I used the Oops-a-Daisy and then I put So Sorry inside. But for this card tonight, I'm going to switch it up just because I like to have different things on my cards and not make them all the same. So for this one, I'm going to put Hey There on the front and What's New on the inside, just to mix this up. So this is from the Charming Sentiments stamp set. So I'm starting with a piece of basic white thick, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then that is folded. I used the deckled rectangle dies to cut my rectangle here, and then I'm just going to trim this one up. I think actually I used a deckled rectangle here, but I forgot about that, and I didn't do that ahead, and I did not bring out my bone fold or my die cutting machine tonight, so I'm going to try and not have to use it. So I'm going to just cut this, I think, to 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. Oh, I didn't grab my trimmer either. Here we are. I seem to be living life in the fast lane these days, and I forget things. So 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. Now, if you weren't here for the first week's video, I do recommend you go back and have a look at it, because I took the piece of patterned paper from the Fresh as a Daisy paper pack that had all the different patterns on it. And then I cut it apart, and now I'm using each of those patterns to make my cards. So it's just kind of, I thought it was a fun little challenge for me to take all those pieces and to make cards that use them. Oh, come on. Adhesive, there we go. Now it's working. So this is going on here. Looks like I could have done it a little narrower, but I think it will be okay. There. Then I'm going to take my flower, and I have die cut the set of the 3 flowers and the leaves, except this guy got cut off, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to use that part. So I'm going to just trim in here. And remove this off. There. We'll take that out. And this out. And I actually need my pokey tool because I've got all these little bits here which I should have taken out in advance. So I guess I'll have to just do that. I do love this. If you've never purchased the Take Your Pick tool, this is the best little gadget. You just put it in and flip it, and then you've got your putty tip on the end, which is great for removing embellishments from paper. And so it's just such a versatile thing. And then the spatula end is so good if you're trying to, if you've put paper together and you think, oh, I want to move it or take it apart, to rearrange, the spatula tip helps with that. So just a great all-round tool. And there we go. So this is going to go on the front here, but before I put that on, I'm going to add another layer here. So I've also die cut this piece, and I love the way these layer to add texture. So my husband's on the phone in the background. I hope you're not hearing him. There we go. So this is going on like so. And then I'm going to just adhere this down flat on my card front here. But before I do that, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I hope my strip is wide enough for my hay there. We shall see. If it's not, I'll have to grab another one. That's the what's new. Where's hay there? There it is. I think I can make it work. I'm probably going to lose a tiny bit of my H. Or should I just grab a wider strip? Just get a wider strip, Kelly. This is what I keep my my scraps in, and I find this to be one of the most practical things. I think it was when I started with Stampin' Up, my upline did this, and I've been doing it ever since. So I keep my paper scraps in here, and I have one for each color. And you can get these at Amazon or at Staples or whatever, and they're just pocket folders that are open on two sides. It will hold a full 8.5 by 11 sheet, but it's also just really handy for paper scraps. So here's my basic white, and this is going to work. So I'm going to use Pebbled Path in here tonight, one of our new in colors. And I have a foam mat here to put underneath because when you're using a clear stamp, it's just helpful. Unfortunately, I've been a little rough with it and it's getting bent. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully I haven't got it too inky here because I really did get a lot of ink. But hey, look at that, it worked. Perfect. Okay, so now this is my trick for cutting on an angle here. So I cut the one end on the angle, and then I want this to go on this exactly the same angle. So I line it up here. I hope you can see, and there we go. So I've tried to leave about the same amount of space, and then I can follow that angle, and voila, I have my perfect size sentiment here. So now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper strip. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to stamp inside. So I've got this, and I've got what's new. So, oh, I got a smudge again. Rats. I'm going to try the other side, because why not? Okay. There we are. Better. Good. Okay, and I am going to stamp a flower because why not repeat the theme from the front? So I'm going to pull in this little daisy. And so I'm going to start off with the outline. This is, oh, hi Gail. Hi, it's so nice to see you. Good. So I'm going to just tap here. I'm going to do a little flower. I think I'm going to do it up here. there. And then I'm going to do the center by stamping off, or not the center, but the flower color. Oops, I didn't do that very well. I think I better try that again. There, now we'll put this back up. And I'm sorry, I'm going to stand up so I can see here to line up a little bit better. There. There we go. Just a little flower, and I'm going to just use this to do the center with the pebbled path. Again. Oh my goodness, I did it again. I don't know where I'm getting the ink from, but look at my smudge again. Don't know what's with me. It's not like the ink pad itself is smudged. I just must be clumsy today. Okay, well, there we go. So let's put this baby together. Hopefully. I don't think I have a ton of ink on my fingers. Okay, here we go. So this is the piece I have not done. I'm going to cut this. Actually, first let's glue this. Inside. I really didn't need to find my ink eraser. It's been missing in action. Oh yeah, I'm glad, Gail, that you remembered and found me here. So now I'm going to trim this, and I think I just used, I don't know, about 1.25 inches here. Yep, good guess. So I'm just going to take 1.25 inches of this. Okay, so this is going to go across like so. This is going to be popped up. Here we go. This just gets centered on the front of the card. And I've got my daisy here, which I'm going to apply some glue. Just a tiny, oh, I don't think I want any on there because that's going to come, oh, maybe a little bit up here, because I do want some of this to stick down flat. There we go. Did I do it? I did do it on the right one. Yay me. Okay, so here we go. So come off a little on the edge on that side, come up here on this side, and there we go. So that's there. And then this guy is going to have glue on one end and a dimensional here on the other. So I have been loving this Cheerful Daisies paper, and I'm just finding, or the Fresh as a Daisy paper. This one is a bit bigger, so it's going to be different, but I think I'm gonna tuck it down here. Oh, I got a little too far over because I need my dimensional. I think I'm going to move it down. It's too close to the center there. So I'm going to move it down a bit. There. Now I can move this in, which is what I wanted, like so. And then I'm just going to use some not dimensionals. I'm going to use some of these from the Daisy Suite. This is the adhesive backed solid gems, and I'm going to use those in the blue here. Put that on so I don't poke myself. Here we go. So we're going to have one down here and one up here and a wee one up here. And there we go. So that is card number 1. It's too bad I did my little smudge here, but when I find my ink eraser, I'll be able to make that a little better. All right, so that's card number 1. Now card number 2, I'm actually going to play with the design a little bit. I did one, I'll show you my sample card, and I'm going to switch it up a little bit because I decided that I wanted to change the dimensions a little. So this is my sample card, and I've cut the DSP to create the floating element. But I decided after I did it that I really wanted these pieces to be a little closer together, and so I'm going to make the wheat color a little bit smaller. So here is my designer series paper, and here is my wheat colored paper. I'm going to take the wheat colored paper and cut it to 3 3/4 instead of 3 7/8, which it is now. So we're going to go to 3 3/4. Hopefully, yes, those are good colors together, Gail. I hope I don't know how long you've had that comment up there. I'm trying to watch, but anyway, I do like those colors together. Here we go. And do you want to know something funny? The wheat is the color that I didn't think I would use when it came out. And this is the in color I've used the most of. Can you believe it? Like, is that not funny? So I just think it's hilarious that of all the colors, that's the one I've used the most of. So here we go. I'm going to trim this off at 3 1/2 inches. Like so. And then, because I did get a tiny bit on here of the other color showing, I'm going to just make it to 3/8 of an inch instead of having it at 1/2 inch, because I just got a little bit showing there that I didn't want. So I'm going to trim that little bit off. And then this little bit is going to go inside the card. And it's going to need to be, let me see, this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So I think I need this one to be 4 7/8. So I'm going to just trim that off there. So just take a little piece of that off. Okay, so now this piece I'm going to cut into 1/2 inch strips. Oh, Nancy, maybe I will do that. I'll go back to that blue paper and see what I can do. All right, so I'm going to cut these into 1/2 inch strips. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope I have enough of these. I might not. 6, 7, and I should have kept them in order. Silly Kelly. I think I am short actually on number of strips compared to what I wanted to do. That was my miscalculation earlier, but we will just have to make it work here. So here we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay these out, and I'm going to have to figure out the pattern if I can. It may not matter. There you go, that works. Note that if you do this, you should pay attention to where where the leaves are. Okay. Now, I'm trying to do the puzzle, and I'm not very good at puzzles, I hate to tell you. That looks like that goes together. There. Does that one go together? It does. There we go. Maybe we won't be here all night while I figure this out. Oh, Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. No, the back of the paper, Nancy, is just purple. It's Moody Mauve. It doesn't help. Okay. There. 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 Okay. I'm just gonna, maybe I won't fit one more of these on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is what I had on the original one. I wanted them to go closer together, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit another one on there, so I'm going to just have to go with 8. So there you have it. So then what I did is I took these, put dimensionals on the back, and I'm just going to line that up here. And just to make life simple, I'm just going to keep on going with the outside edges. Come on, you. There we go. This shouldn't be so hard. I feel uncoordinated tonight. There we go. All right. While I'm focusing on this, let me remind everybody about the host code, which I posted in the description of the video here. It is a new host code. So do make note of it, please. if you're placing an online order. Now I can kind of use the grid paper here to help me line things up straight. I've seen some people do these cards using clear underneath, like an acetate sheet. What are our sheets called? Can't remember that either tonight. But there we go. So I just wanted to get this kind of lined up so you can see, so that I can get things going a little bit evenly, and then I can work my way towards the middle, which I think is the easiest way to go. Okay. I think I got that one a bit too big. So just use this piece which is narrower. It's gotten really dark here early tonight. We've been having, well, I guess not the last couple days because it's been rainy, but we've been having light later in the evening, haven't we? And tonight it's pretty dark out there. There we are. So I'm alternating top and bottom. I might have been smarter to use our adhesive strips, which I do have, but I did not think of that earlier. So we shall just truck on here. There we go. I do find these things great in that they're so easy to just tear to the size that you want. We had so much rain last night that the pool got so full. Now make sure I do this the right direction. We had to take water out because the water had gotten way up over the skimmer. And so my husband was out there running the hose so that we could get some water out so that the skimmer would work. So that was yesterday's little adventure. He will be glad when we move and we no longer have the pool. We will have the hot tub, but I'm thinking that's going to be a little simpler to take care of. I'm hoping anyway. Anybody have, oops, there goes something. Anybody have a hot tub that knows whether it's harder to take care of or simpler? Oh, look at my computer just went wonky on me. There you are. Okay. Here we go. So this is the longest part of this card with the paper strips. But I do love a floating element with a card. I just think it gives it, I don't know, it just gives it lots of dimension and interest. Did I mix this up? No, that's the one. Does this turn it around? Huh. Doesn't look right now, does it? Did I... Well, I'm putting it on there anyway. Yeah, that part's going to be hidden. Last one. It was funny today. We were seeing my dad for lunch and I needed a Father's Day card, and I have packed too many things and I had no Father's Day cards. And so I thought, what am I going to do? So I found a kit that I had that the person had changed their mind and they didn't buy it. They were going to use it and I think ran out of time or something. Anyway, so I took the kit and I used a card to make my Father's Day card, and I was quite chuffed with myself that I was able to do that, given the lack of supplies that are available at the moment in the craft room. So here we go. So this was the tough part. So now we have my card base. And this is going to go on here. And I do like that trimmed. I do like being able to see a little bit more of the white. So here we go. This goes on here, like so. Then I'm going to take one of these little guys, and it's going to go up here at the top. And I'm just going to use a glue dot to attach it. Down here. Ziva's got the after dinner playfulness going on here. Okay, so then I've got my die cuts again. So this one is going on top, but before I put that on there, I'm actually gonna stamp the wheat, I think, underneath. I did cut it out though and glue it on top. Well, maybe I'll do that. Don't change your mind halfway through here. Anyway, so Nancy, I kind of know what you did today because you were with me to see Dad. What did you other ladies do today? Gail, were you at work today? Here we are. Put that on there. Then I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to stamp the center with wheat. And since I didn't bring my trimmer over, I'm just going to fussy cut this out, but I've lost my scissors. Here they are. I put a stamp set over top. Here we go. So you had to work today, Gail. There we go. So this is going on the middle here. And I'm not going to put a dimensional on there. I could, but because I've used dimensionals on the floating layer, I don't want to use a dimensional on there. Okay, looks like I forgot to do, I needed to stamp a, oh, Kelly, I didn't do a stem. I forgot to do a stem. Is this going to work without it? We shall see. Listen to me. Just changing things up as we go. I think it's going to be okay. So I'm going to glue this one down next. So this is the leaves, and then this is going to go on the top. Now I'm just going to add the glue here and position this on the top there. Let that set a bit. Then I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I did it in the peacock last time, but I'm feeling wheat this time. And this one is going to have from the very best occasions. I'm going to see if Endlessly Grateful will fit on here, and it will. Good. I'm just, like I said, just mixing the sentiments up because I like to have different sentiments, you know. If you do them all the same, I don't know, to me it gets boring. And then this is going on here, and I do like it. How about them apples? So this is going on here like so. Now this piece goes on the front, and I'm going to put extra, usually I say 3 is enough going across there, but I'm going to put 4 because of the extra weight of this card front. There. And then I'm going to decorate inside here with another one of these little guys. And I think the last one, this one I did do a stem, but you know what? I think I kind of like it better even without. But I'm going to just put this off the edge here. So this little guy is going to come in from the edge. So I am going to have to use liquid glue for this. But I'm just kind of touching the glue bottle to the paper. I'm really not squeezing. I'm just touching. Okay. And that is going down here. And this on top of a wheat layer. I just wanted to bring the wheat color inside the card because that works really well with the paper strip, which I've lost. Where did you go, paper strip? I've got my short ones, but not the long one. How does that happen, eh? I might have to find it later. But I am going to add some gems. So this is going to go inside. Oh, wait. Nope, that's the blue. That's not the... Here's the blue bit. Is this what, Nancy, what you said I could put on the blue card? Blue paper inside? I think I could. I think I will. Why not, eh? I know the raindrops are kind of sideways, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to put that down here and just cover that right up. There. But I've lost the piece for here. Well, at least it's not a stamp I've lost this time. There. Okay. So now let's add some butterflies, because the butterflies just look wonderful with the wheat color here. So these are the brushed brass butterflies, and I have had trouble with them kind of smushing all together, but they're still quite easy to use. I'm still looking for that piece of paper strip. It frustrates me no end when I do this to myself. When all else fails, clean up, but I'm still not finding it. Oh, it's a mystery to me. Okay, well, let's do some butterflies. So I think in this one, I'm going to do a bigger one up here. Oops, dropped it. One over here. And one down here. Can't decide which direction. That's what I was thinking first, so I'm going to just do that. So there's that one, and on this one, I think I'm going to use this space. There's one. And then I think I'm going to do maybe two little ones up here. So one and two. I'm debating about moving this one down, but I think that's okay. Don't you? So, you know what? I do like this better. I think it's because of the wheat colored sentiment. Let's look under the grid paper, Gail. I don't see it there. I keep looking to see if I've slid it, if it's fallen on the floor tonight while I was working, but I can't even see it on the floor. It's got to be here somewhere. It's one of those things. I will find it when I clean up, probably. Que sera, sera. Anyway, here are our cards for tonight. So tonight I did the Hey There, What's New, and Endlessly Grateful. And then previously I had done Oops-a-Daisy, So Sorry, and Wishing You the Brightest Birthday. So there are the cards. I hope you like them, and I challenge you to take a piece of Designer Series paper and try a floating card, or take a piece of Designer Series paper and try, or a couple pieces, and try a simple card like this. Your focal point doesn't have to be the Cheerful Daisies Dies. It could be anything. Just have a go at casing these cards and see what you come up with. Pop it in in the comments section. Show me what you made. I'd love to see it. Okay? Take care, friends. Thanks so much for being with me tonight. I'm always glad to see you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. But it will be 2 weeks from today, because next week is moving week and there will be no video. So take care. Good night.